He believed his life was over, until one unexpected meeting changed everything. Thomas lived alone in a large European city where life never seemed to slow down. Trains arrived on time, cafes stayed busy, and streets were always full of people rushing somewhere important. Yet inside his apartment, time felt frozen. His wife had passed away years ago after a long illness. During those months, Thomas had learned how quiet a home could become when hope slowly leaves. After her death, his children moved to other countries for work and studies. They called sometimes, they visited when they could. But the silence always returned. His apartment was clean. Everything was in its place. Too clean, too quiet, and painfully empty. Every morning, his alarm rang at the same time it always had. Thomas opened his eyes and stared at the ceiling, wondering why he even bothered getting up. There was nowhere he needed to be, no one waiting for him. Life has nothing left for me, he told himself more often than he wanted to admit. His days passed slowly. He watched television without really paying attention. He flipped through old photo albums, his wedding day, his children as toddlers, vacations that felt like another lifetime. The memories refused to fade, no matter how much he wished they would. From his window, Thomas watched the city move. People laughed, people argued, people hurried past with purpose. He felt invisible, like the world had moved on and forgotten him. Every afternoon, Thomas followed the same routine. He put on his coat, walked to a small park nearby, and sat on the same wooden bench. He brought a cup of tea in a thermos and watched strangers pass by. Young couples, parents with children, office workers checking their phones. No one stopped. No one noticed him. Until one day, everything changed. A young immigrant boy sat down beside him. The boy couldn't have been more than 10 years old. He carried a worn backpack and looked at Thomas with curious eyes, not judgmental, not shy, just honest. After a moment of silence, the boy asked without fear, "Why are you always alone?" The question hit Thomas harder than he expected. No one had asked him that in years. People usually avoided questions like that. They avoided people like him. Thomas swallowed and answered softly, "Because everyone is always in a hurry." The boy smiled, swinging his leg slightly. "I'm not in a hurry." That simple sentence did something to Thomas. Something shifted inside him. For the first time in a long while, he felt seen. The boy came back the next day. And the day after that, sometimes he talked about school, how hard it was to learn a new language, how other kids didn't always understand him. Sometimes he asked questions about the city, about old buildings, about life before phones. And sometimes they just sat together in silence, sharing the quiet without discomfort. Slowly, Thomas began to open up. He told stories about meeting his wife, about mistakes he had made, about chances he wished he had taken. He spoke about love, loss, and the strange way life keeps moving even when your heart doesn't. As the days passed, something inside him began to lighten. The tightness in his chest eased. He laughed again, softly at first, then freely. He started making tea at home again instead of buying it. He started waking up with a reason. One afternoon, the boy looked at him and asked, "How do you know so much?" Thomas smiled, feeling something warm spread through him. "Because life teaches you," he said, "especially if you're willing to listen." Months passed, then a year. Inspired by their conversations, Thomas did something he never thought he would do again. He started a small, free reading group for immigrant children in the neighborhood. Just a few books, a few chairs, and a safe place to listen and be heard. People were surprised. They asked him, "Why are you doing this?" Thomas answered simply, "Because one child reminded me that a person still has value, even when they feel alone." If you enjoy stories like this, stay with us. More are on the way. Stories that inspire.